righty, everybody. Welcome back to the 2026 Summer Bowl. It has been a little bit since we've had a match here, and I am the one running things today. I'm going to be solo commentating this very next match that we have, and it's an exciting one. A lot on the line to play for. We got a lot to get through here. This is quite the match for us. We have done so much to this point, but before we kind of move into the match that you see here on the screen between Team Tundra and Chaos Corp, I think it's important that we kind of recap where we were because it's been a little bit since we've played a match here in the Summer Bowl. The last matchup, obviously, as you take a look at the bracket here, the last two matchups that we have done were there in the lower quarterfinals, which were both a best of five. The first matchup we did was between Chaos Corp and Team Simplicity. Obviously, Chaos Corp coming off of that upset loss to them Nuggies 4-1. We were interested to see how they were going to do against Simplicity coming off of that sweep over Revolution. It turned out to be a pretty good series. Game one actually went to Simplicity in a 3-2 win, and then Chaos Corp was able to bring it back with a couple of games there. Simplicity, again, it was those overtimes that killed them. Two of those games that they lost were in overtime. But Chaos Corp was able to fight their way back to the lower semifinal matchup, and they're going to be playing Team Tundra, who actually was a part of the last matchup that we played. And as you can see there, ultimate sweep. It wasn't just a normal sweep. Team Tundra went and ultimate swept the Sunbreakers. And that made us ask one specific question. Where was this Team Tundra team at all of this bowl? We've seen them have flashes of brilliance, but they've never been able to really get over the edge. Yes, they did reverse sweep this same team the last time, but ever since then, it's been kind of downhill. For Tundra, Xavier looks to be roaring back to life after a long break. He kind of fell off a little bit, but he was much better in this series against Sunbreakers. Team Tundra with the first ever ultimate sweep in Holiday Bowl game history. And if you don't know what an ultimate sweep means, it means that they kept Sunbreakers from scoring a singular goal in that series. They outscored them 8-0. That's it. Sunbreakers, no goal. And once again, Team Tundra looking to get revenge on Zeph and Gannon. They lost to this Chaos Corp team in the group stage. So they're looking to get their revenge. For Sunbreakers, they had a lot of chances to score in this series, but they were just unable to do so. There's a lot of miscommunication between Ben and Omar. It seemed like Omar just really wasn't on it that night. He wasn't having a great night. Ben really couldn't do much with minimal possession. Tundra kind of suffocated Sunbreakers. But for Sunbreakers, they still had a great tournament. Their only losses came to Team Tundra, and they will take that 5th place in the bowl. But yes, Team Tundra with a huge win over Sunbreakers, and they're going to look to continue that momentum into today's matchup against Chaos Corp. Oh boy, is this going to be a good one, folks, because the last time these two teams played, it was a best of 5. Guess what? We're adding 2 more games as a possibility here. A best of 7 between these two teams. It is the lower bracket semifinal matchup. Team Tundra, consisting of both Zach and Xavier, will be taking on the team of Chaos Corp, which is Zeph and Gannon. They are currently 3-1 in the tournament. Tundra 2-2. Both these teams have had quite similar pass and also different pass at the same time. You see the stats there heavily favor Chaos Corp. Look at this: 2nd in goals, 1st in assists, 3rd in saves, 2nd in shots, while Tundra 6th in goals, 4th in assists, 5th in saves, and 3rd in shots. So obviously the stats favor Chaos Corp, but stats don't really mean anything because, well, every series is different. And let's take a look at this. Look at this. This is a pretty close matchup when it comes to the win percentage. It just barely favors Chaos Corp, 54.61% compared to Tundra, 45.39. And we take a look at the prediction board. It's kind of all over the place because a lot of people pick different kind of matchups to happen here. So a lot of people are out, such as Gannon and Chase, both with them Nuggies. We had 2 Sunbreakers there from Ben and Xavier. Tim and Mike both had Revolution winning this matchup, and then Zach there with Beachy Balls. However, we do have some people picking one of these teams here. Look at this. Tundra's actually favored technically here, as Griffin, Xander, and Zeph all have Tundra winning this matchup, while Jack and I, who are are both leading right now the predictions, both with Chaos Corp. So this is going to be an incredible series. It's just who can come through when it matters most. Because remember, this is an elimination series. If you lose this, you are done, while the team that moves on gets to play in the lower bracket final to face the winner of Beachy Balls and them Nuggies. This is going to be an incredible series, folks. I'm glad to be here commentating for you. I will be solo commentating this, so you'll just have me to listen to. But no matter what, it's going to be a great series. Obviously, a lot on the line. Zach wants to beat Zeph. He hasn't done that before, so that's a lot of added pressure as well. As it somebody just leave the party. Okay, well we will be waiting just a second here. That's awesome. Okay, I need to make sure that my chat is all good here. Which, if I just leave the Discord, it shouldn't be an issue because it shouldn't switch. So. Yeah. Yep, I will see you there, Gannon. If you want to, are you able to join your teammate? I believe, right?
Yeah, I got you.
Alrighty. Okay, I believe everything should be good now. My Discord broke, so it was saying I was still in a Discord and not in the match. So hopefully I can be heard now. It for me. We should be okay. Team Tundra with a 3-2 advantage. Gannon with a nice shot there, giving Chaos Corp their second goal of the game. Tundra holding on to the lead with 2:47 to go. Who can take out this game one? This is an all-important game one. We've talked about it having Zach in this series. Games 1 and 2 have not been good to him. Haven't been really good for Team Tundra at all, except for the last series against the Breakers. As Xavier now with the ball gets beat by Zephyr, who's in actually an interesting car, I just noticed. I couldn't tell you what it's called, but very interesting car choice for this series. Maybe show he has a little bit of confidence. This is a team that they beat in the group stage. Who's trying to get revenge on them while Chaos Corp is trying their hardest to make that lower bracket run to make it to the end. That one gets cleared out. Zeph looking for a shot, and it's actually blocked by Zach, and that's in on the left post. Tundra back to a 2-goal lead. Look at this beautiful block by Zach. He positioned himself perfectly. 4-2 advantage for Tundra. Now that I'm actually here, I can mention it. As you guys probably noticed, we are in the Fire and Ice version of Forbidden Temple. That is because that is exactly what this match symbolizes, as Xavier puts up a third goal of the match, his third goal, and the team's fifth. Tundra up by 3 yet again. Just like they earlier in this match, even though I see it. But anyway, Fire and Ice version of Forbidden Temple, because Team Tundra obviously representing the ice side while Chaos Corp representing the fire. This is just the perfect place to have this best of 7 series. And so far, Team Tundra showing out in game number 1. Still plenty of time for Chaos Corp to get back into this series. Ooh, Zach with a missed touch there. Zeph is unable to target Xavier. That's not a good touch at all. But Gannon also doesn't get a good touch either. Zach with the miss. Nobody able to hit the ball at the moment. Gannon will take that position. That's a good pass over to Zeph. Gets it over both. Gannon's there. Looking for the shot. Zeph will clean it up. Chaos Corp had the third goal. And like I just said, Chaos Corp still have plenty of time. Now they have even more. They only need 2 goals. As I feel like that was just an awkward sequence there. A lot of whiffs from all 4 players, really. Wasn't sure how it was going to go. The kickoff is a perfect 50-50. Zach looking for the double. It bounces off the ceiling, and he was unable to read it. Zeph now looking, gets 50'd by Zach. That's going to go back mid. Xavier looking for a shot. It was on target. Zach comes in to clean it up. And Tundra trying to stay at least 2 to 3 goals ahead here, not give Chaos Corp any chance. And for Gannon there, I mean, there's not really a lot else he can do. He does clear it away, but it's just right in front of Zach where he can shoot it. And look at this, both members of Tundra with 3 goals. I talked about it in the pre-show. Xavier has woken up, and I think that is still the case here. We talked about Xavier earlier on, saying, hey, you know, he hasn't been playing that well. He was near the bottom of the power rankings when it came to CSF. But he's here when he's needed most. It doesn't matter how you start the tournament. It matters how you end it. And right now, Team Tundra is ending it like one of the best teams. This is only game 1, so things can change. But this is a huge sign for Team Tundra that things are looking much better than they were before that Sunbreaker series. Zeph, though, gets it around, and he will add 1 more goal for Chaos Corp. 27 seconds. We've seen crazy things happen. Can Tundra hold on to this 6-4 advantage? I really appreciate all of the play continuing to play, even though I was not here commentating any of it. I had an issue with my Discord that would not allow me to join the game chat. Zeph, though, as I'm kind of buffering, has made this possible. Zeph with the touch here, and he gets the double touch. Xavier was unable to read the ball. And look at this. Chaos Corp are back in this. 15 seconds. They only need one goal. And look at this. I just realized Zach and Xavier were tied in points on the leaderboard. And now Zeph, though. Can Chaos Corp equalize this series? I think did it. He did. It literally took 20 seconds for Chaos Corp to equalize this game. They were down 3 twice in this game. Tundra was up 3-0 and 6-3, and Chaos Corp has fought all the way back. The question is, are we going to see overtime, or are we going to see a heartbreaking end to this game? Zeph decides it's time for overtime. Look at this. Game 1 overtime between Tundra and Chaos Corp. Who can take it? This is an all-important game that was dominated by Tundra for almost the entirety. Now the flip reset. It's over. Zach Xavier has low boost. He's able to clear it out. And looking for a shot. It's back in front of the net. It's pinched by Zach and Xavier. Zach looking for a shot. Is that on? No. Gannon's there with low boost. He misses. And Zach steals game 1 for Tundra. What a play from Zach. Even though Tundra had a 3-goal lead twice in this game, they do not let Chaos Corp steal it away. Tundra win game 1. And the unfortunate circumstance is that Zach has had his game 1 is slowly going away. That is 2 consecutive series that he has taken the game 1 victory. And look at this. Zach with 1,000 points that game, by the way. 4 for 5. Tundra had 6 saves. Chaos Corp with 4. Zeph 800 points. 16 shots for Chaos Corp compared to Tundra's 11. What a start to this series. Again, I apologize that the beginning of game you will not hear any commentary. Had a little issue. I was in the spectator. Are you serious? Keep your composure. All right. So let's reset here because you heard nothing from me again. I will remember not to immediately join the spectator one this time. Anyways, Chaos Corp with the lead here. Zeph was able to touch off the corner to get that lead. But what I was trying to talk about, as Xavier gets around Zeph, what a goal from him there. I do want to talk about this goal. Look at this. Xavier just holding possession. Zeph kind of forced to just wait to see what he does. And Xavier just gets it around, and the beautiful, beautiful play from Xavier. But as I was trying to say, I talked about how Zach wanted to beat Zeph. He hasn't beat him in the Holiday Bowl games yet. This is his best opportunity to do so. And meanwhile, for Xavier, Gannon trying to get an incredible finish in his so well, having Zeph as his teammate. For Xavier,
had one ball under his belt, but it was a really good ball. Xavier looking at his second goal. He done. Tundra will take the lead here in game 2. That was a great pass. I thought maybe Xavier was going to miss that for a second, but he gets a perfect jump to the left of the ball, gets it in the net. But as I was talking about for Xavier, he had a great Christmas Bowl. He did lose to Chase in the group stage, but he hands over Zach in a sweep and also lost to me in a game 5, which I almost won the Christmas Bowl. So that tells you something. Xavier had a great, I guess, debut as well in that Christmas Bowl that we did technically this year. But you can just tell how much confidence Tundra has right now. We didn't see this earlier in this tournament. You know, this tournament started for Tundra being down 2-0 in a series, 6-0 in goals. Yes, they did game 3 of that series against Sunbreakers. Were able to turn it around. That's just what this is about. Resiliency. They fight adversity. That's exactly what they're trying to do here. They're trying to get their revenge on a team that knocked them in the group stage. Zach with a back. Excuse me, that was Xavier with a back pass. My fault. It actually ended up getting. He actually ended up blocking Zach there. But now Zach, he's up there with no boost. Now Zeph's going to have control in the air. He gets a reset, ups it to the corner. Xavier's able to get that out of there, only as far as Gannon. That's a great 50 from Zach there. It's going to force Zeph to have to take the ball into the corner. Zach going to try to bump. He bumps Zeph off the ball. Can Xavier get there? No, he decides to turn off probably best course of action for him right there. Oh no, Xavier, you're almost own goal. Zach has to... I don't even know what I was trying to say. Zach had to do a lot there to keep that from being an own goal. Oh, and they're bumping each other again. Gannon, free goal here, but he bounces it off the crossbar. Zeph will take advantage. And Chaos Corp taking advantage of a couple mistakes here from Tundra. We saw Xavier about have that own goal, and then they bump each other off the crossbar there. So just a mistake that they need to clean up. That's a goal that shouldn't have been allowed. But we're tied here at 2 with a minute and a half to go in this game. Reminding Tundra won game 1, so Chaos Corp is looking to equalize the series. Gannon with a good touch there. Zach is able to read it. Zeph with a launch. Back at the crossbar. Zeph looking for the doubles off the post. Xavier saved that. Might have just been off the post, but I think Xavier actually saved the post. Zach with a touch backwards. I don't think that was the intention, but it actually kind of works. Xavier with a fake on Zeph, but full possession. Zeph gonna jump in front of him. Bounces it off the wall. Oh, that's a beautiful shot from Zeph, but it's actually on post. Gannon with... It's gonna be out of the corner, and Team Tundra can reset. Less than a minute to go. Are we looking at 2 consecutive overtime games to start this series? That's a good 50 from Xavier. The ball still kind of waiting there mid. Xavier and Gannon double commit on that ball. Now Zeph has the pass lane open. He's not able to get a good 50 there, and that ball will roll up the wall. Gannon's there. That shot off the crossbar. Xavier has to clear it away, or a free shot for Zeph. Zeph with a good 50, but that's also off the crossbar. Gannon looking back towards the net, and it's still off. Chaos Corp have got the pressure, but they don't have the accuracy. As now this ball goes towards midfield. Zach was looking for a potential cuckster right there. Didn't quite work, and look at this. That ball's in the air. It's going to stay on the ground. Gannon has one shot, and we get overtime again. Game 1 was a short overtime. Is that going to be the case here? Off the kickoff, that one bounces high. Zeph's got possession. Xavier comes in, gets a really good... This is going to set Zach up for a play, although he kind of launches it too far from himself. Xavier's sitting on the boost. He's going to get it. Let's Gannon play over the ball. What a smart play. Xavier with the good pass to Zach. This is good playing from Team Tundra right now. They're just controlling the ball. You saw the pass there. It didn't too much, but it's better than just launching the ball away. Gannon, though, with a good touch. Zach's able to get the clear off the back wall. Zeph with another touch forward. Xavier with that possession. This one a little bit longer of an overtime, but this would be huge for either team. If Tundra could take this, they're up 2-0 again. And Zeph, good look. He's got Zach, and he's got it around him. Team Tundra. Excuse me, Chaos. Jeez. I'm in shambles. Chaos Corp take the second overtime, and we are equalized in this series. A lot less high scoring in this one compared to game number 1. Both teams take a win. Not just that, they both took a win in overtime. Oh man, what a series this has been. Let's take a look at some of the stats between these here. As you can see, Chaos Corp obviously 3-2 goal advantage. Zeph had all 3 goals for the team. Gannon with an assist and a save there. 7 shots for Chaos Corp, only 3 for Tundra. They were very accurate when it came to their shooting, but they were unable to really do much else. Xavier with both goals and a save. Zach with a save as well. I really could not tell you the direction of this series right now. 2 overtime wins, 1 by each team. I don't know. Wasn't going to forget to rejoin this channel. This has been such a to the series. Both teams have gotten the overtime win. Who can take the lead now in this series? Tundra with the game 1 victory. Chaos Corp brought it back. That's a good demo from Xavier. Might open up a scoring opportunity. Can Zach get there? No, Gannon got back to it. Now Zach will hit that towards midfield. It's going to go up the wall, jumping. Look at the confidence from Zach there. Y'all don't know how bad Team Tundra want to win this game. And prove the doubters wrong again. A lot of people thought they were going to lose to that Sunbreakers team. They thought, well, the rematch, you know how it works. Teams play a second time. It's usually the way. But they proved everybody wrong and left no doubt. However, they moved on to play this Chaos Corp team that they've lost to, and that has looked like one of the best teams, although they did lose to them Nuggies, who did have a sub Isaiah in. So take with that as you will. And that one was almost in the net. Xavier's got the ball. He's going to take the boost, but kind of gave it to Zach. That is off the mark. That was almost dangerous for Tundra. This could actually end up being a goal for the other side. Xavier will start off the scoring. Team Tundra take the lead here at number 3. This is the exact absolute cinema that I was hoping for when I knew that this series was going to be a thing. And actually, I don't know if most of you know this, but this was supposed to be a best of 5. However, there was a change. We changed this to be a best of 7 matchup before the teams were decided. Well, we just wanted to add another chance for, you know, absolute cinema like this series. That's a demo there from Zeph to Zach. Now Gannon looking for a touch, gets one. Can he get a second? Trying to get around Xavier. That one was a little awkward. Zach gets the save though. Zeph on it immediately. And Zach will clear it away. Zach gets a touch. Gannon's able to clear that one away. Zeph now out. It's only to Zach though. Zach was going to try to force. I think he was hoping Gannon would be the one there, but Zeph actually jumps and gets the touch. It's Xavier here. Gannon jumps in. They both go for the ball, and Zach has to make the save. That one's going to be back on target again. Zach is unable to get the save this time, and Chaos Corp enough to tie the game. You know how close the series is? It's so close that I can't really decide what one team is doing better than the other. That's how close this is. You know, I feel like Zeph, he's been doing a lot, but also not in the way that you think. We talked about him in the past. He's mechanical, but he's not going for those plays because, one, Tundra's not going to let him give him all that. Zach and Xavier are not going to let Zeph have that kind of space as Zach to jump in and make another save. That's his 4th of the game already. Oh, Zeph just got it around both members of Tundra, but Gannon was not willing to push it for some reason. I could not tell you what the thought process was there. That could have been an easy goal for Chaos Corp. Instead, we remain tied like we have been for most of the series aside from game 1. Oh, Zeph had that ball in an awkward spot. Gets cleared away. Zeph is back on the ball. I have noticed that Chaos Corp to be a lot more aggressive on the ball this game. They're not Tundra as much space as they did in the first couple games, even though they did take the one game. That's a good demo from Xavier. That could open up something. That's a bump on Zeph. Can Xavier get to the ball? He fakes Zeph. I'm not sure. I really want to know what the game plan was there from Tundra. They had a good setup going, but I know Xavier didn't have a lot of boost when that ball was kind of sitting midfield, but just seemed like a missed opportunity in my eyes. But here we go. Tundra might have another opportunity. Gannon gets the save. Zeph will jump up. It'll bounce off the crossbar and out. Gannon will get a touch, but it's only going to go as far back. Zeph, little boost. Going to pick up some. Now Xavier, that's a beautiful shot. And Tundra back to the lead. Look at this again. Xavier, obviously Zach is currently on the top of the leaderboard by a wide margin, but he also has 5 saves. Xavier's been scoring most of the goals, albeit has passed him the ball a lot. That was just a good shot from Xavier. And Tundra are looking good, but they had this 2-1 advantage last game as well. And they were unable, or excuse me, that's not right. Yeah, no, it is right. Never mind. Don't mind me contradicting myself. They had this 2-1 last game, and they were unable to hold on. Can they do it here? Zach at round 1, almost got it around Zeph as well. Zeph doesn't get the touch. Gannon's going to have possession. Gannon's a lot more dangerous with him than he is. If you give him too much space, he can and will flick you, I promise. I have fell victim to that myself, and you know me, I'm dribbles and flicks, at least I used to be. But anyway, enough about me. I'm not even in this matchup. I don't know why I just talked about myself, but here we go. Chaos Corp are looking to tie this game. That's not a good touch from the crossbar, and Gannon has tied it with 6 seconds to go. Are we about to see 3 consecutive overtimes? I am just flabbergasted at how amazing the series is. Chaos Corp have tied it with 6 seconds to go. That's a really good kickoff from Xavier. Tundra might have one opportunity. Xavier pass out. Zach tried to keep it up. He was unable to do so. 3 games, 3 overtimes. Who takes the lead in the series? That one is been on target. What a beautiful shot from Zach. And Team Tundra have taken the lead in the series. How did Zach get that read? That is beautiful. 5 seconds. Tundra's overtime games have been so incredibly short. But it doesn't matter how you win the game. It doesn't matter how long you are in overtime. Team Tundra are up 2-1 on Chaos Corp in a best-of-7 series. Wow. Take a look at some stats. Zach, look at this. A goal, an assist, 5 saves, 800 points that game. Corp, it was actually Gannon leading the way. 2 goals. Zeph with 2 assists and a save from Gannon. The shot's really even. 7-6 in favor of Team Tundra. But oh my goodness, I couldn't have asked for a better series to cast by myself. Team Tundra, 2 wins in overtime. Chaos Corp will win in overtime. What's going to give? I really couldn't tell you what one team is doing better than the other. I have thoughts in my head, and then it gets entirely. This is an insane series, guys. You do not realize how amazing of a series this is. The way we are headed, a Game 7 is certainly possible, but I don't think Team Tundra wants a Game 7. I think they want to take this in Game 5. But the question is, can we get there? And will we continue to times like this? I don't think we've ever had a series in bowl history started off with, let's say best of 5, 2 overtimes, for example. But even in a best of 7, 3 overtime games, every game has been decided by a golden goal in overtime. And I want that to continue. Uh-oh, this is an open net right now. Get back ahead of it. He does. And Tundra have started the score again. If I'm not mistaken, nobody can really fact check me here. I think Tundra has scored first in all 4 games. No, that's not right. Chaos scored first in Game 2, I believe, because I remember talking about that. Tundra has scored first in every game they've won to this point. Will that continue to be the case? That whiff from Zach again and turn on it. No, he's unable to. And now Zeph with the reset. It's another reset. There's a little bit of the mechanics showing out from Zeph there. Really didn't lead to much. And now Gannon with the ball. Really not able. Oh, he did pop it up. He fakes Zach, but Xavier's going to be on the ball first. And now Xavier with a perfect pass over to Zach. Zeph had to jump in to save it. That was a good passing play from Tundra. I have noticed how much Xavier has been passing it back to Zach. We didn't see that a lot. I mean, they would try to pass it here and there, but I've just noticed how much Tundra had been passing it, how much trust there is between these two members. Obviously, like we talked about, can these two trust each other? Can they trust each other to make good touches? Oh my gosh, how did he save that? How did Xavier make that save? I thought for sure that goal for Chaos Corp. It's not. Another one is saved by Zach, but it's not a good spot. Zach about saved again. But Gannon ultimately gets the goal, and we are tied up for the 5,000th time in this series. But again, I was talking about losses to Chaos Corp and Team Tundra. Oh my gosh, guys. And Beachy Balls. Can these two members trust each other? The answer is yes, they can trust each other. It's just a matter of can they have confidence. And I think that confidence has shown out here for Tundra. But they've got to close it out. They're up 2-1 in this series. They scored first in this game. Xavier's going to look for a goal here. Zeph unable to get the touch. Xavier will leave the ball. It's going to be a 1v1 between Gannon and Zach here. That's a really 50 from both members. And now Zeph will have the possession. The ball's up in the air. Somebody's got to chow him. He gets the double, but it's way off target. And now Gannon, that's a good touch. He's going to have to get in the way. He does it. It's all around Zeph. And Xavier's there. Gets in front of him. Xavier with the second goal, and Tundra take the lead back. What a play from Tundra there. I cannot tell you how many incredible saves that this team is making right now. As Gannon is able to completely beat Xavier on the kickoff. This could leave him awkward. Has to jump. There's nobody there. It's off target. Gannon gets a shot. It's close to the net. Xavier will have to hop in and get the save. Zeph will steal the corner boost. What can he do with it? Nothing. He's going to hit it right down to where Xavier's at, and now he's going to try to take possession. Zach goes up to, it does a little bit, it kind of bumps him, but it doesn't really matter. Zeph stays on the ball and ties up the game for Chaos Corp. Look at this, that's a great touch. Xavier he's just in a spot. He has no boost. I suppose he could try to chow off the back wall if he's to jump far enough, but I can't really blame him too much there. As we're tied at 2, and the last 2 games have ended in 3-2 from both sides. So, as Zeph gets a flick over Zach, and Chaos Corp are back in the lead. That was a beautiful Zeph as he started to take this game over. That's 2 consecutive goals. 2:14 on the clock. Still cannot tell you who's got the momentum right now. It just keeps flowing back and forth. As Gannon now with the ball, he's going to look for a doomsday. Zach tells him absolutely not. Zeph gets it around Zach. Xavier's there. Get a nice touch. That's going to be in the hands of Zach. Zach gets a touch that goes mid. Gannon is forced to make the save off the back wall. He's going to get another touch here, but Zeph actually beats him to the ball. Zach, though, gets a touch, and it's just in the net. I thought Zeph was going to get a 50 on this. Let's look at what happened. Oh. Zeph may have misread that ball just a little bit there. And that allowed Zach to get a powerful shot on target. And we are yet again tied in this series. Incredible work from all 4 of these participants. I told you that this would be cinema heading in, and they've proved it. They are putting everything on the field. As Gannon's going to look to get a 50 on Zach, it doesn't work. Zach's going to have possession. It's a 1v1 against Zeph. Can he get it around? He will, and that had to feel good for Zach. He had Zeph in a 1v1, and he was able Flip it past him and give Tundra a lead with a minute and a half to go. We've seen this a couple of times now. Tundra takes it late, but Chaos Corp is able to force an overtime. Will we see a fourth overtime? Why the heck not? I mean, at this point, let's just have this go to 7 and have all 7 be overtime. I mean, really, this has been incredible. But here we go. Xavier, take it slow. I think Tundra are going to try to possess this ball as much as they can, not give Chaos Corp the time to try to route or make a comeback. They only need 1 goal. So just a little slip up from Tundra, and it could be a tie game. Zeph is able to clear this out. He can't seem to find the ball there. Xavier gets a 50 Gannon already. Is that on target? No, it's off the post. And this will be some good time wasted for Tundra. Zach, that's a beautiful touch. Oh, that's a good touch from Chaos Corp, though, but Xavier decided not to go, and it gives Chaos Corp the chance. Zeph, with a power shot, doesn't work, but he's going to keep it in play. Zach is up on the ball. He doesn't get the touch. Again, it doesn't immediately go for the ball and cost him. That allowed Xavier to jump up and get the 50. Xavier with another beautiful 50. Tundra, all they have to do is score this, and that might game. That could be the dagger in this game 4 that sends Tundra up 3-1. All the games thus far have ended overtime. Is this the first game in this series that will not do that? Chaos Corp have got to score 2 here. Zeph for 1, trying to pop it up. Xavier tells him no. Team Tundra are going up 3-1 in this series. I cannot believe. I am going to currently ask Chaos Corp if they want a timeout. All right, Chaos Corp is going to use their timeout here. The perfect time to use it. Let's talk about this game. It went back and forth to start, but then it was all Team Tundra in the last minute and a half. They possessed the ball. They forced Chaos Corp to make touches. Look at the score from Zach and Xavier. 839 for goals, 3 saves. Xavier, 1 goal, 5 saves. Chaos Corp with 13 shots. Tundra with 8. What a performance from Tundra. They have got all the momentum, but here's the thing. Chaos Corp are using their time. They're going to get extra time to reset, to think, okay, what do they need to do better? I liked their aggressive play style that they brought out. I believe it was in that second game where they... to stay alive. Well, once the tournament favorite coming out of that Group B, they were Group B champions. I would say that they came in as the just slight favorites over Beachy Balls to win this tournament. Now they're on the verge of elimination. Can Tundra do it? Or will Chaos Corp fight back? Timeout gone. Chaos Corp has to win from here. Gannon looking for a shot. Zeph gets a demo on Zach. Gannon gets a really good 50. Zeph going to jump in front, and it's still not enough. They have an offensive flurry early, but they're unable to do much with it. Zach now in the air. It's a good 50 on Zeph, but Zeph will have the possession of the ball. Xavier kind of with the fake chow there. Xavier jumps up. Zeph gets down, and he gets it around Zach as well. Chaos Corp looking good to start this game. So it's a very patient play from Zeph. He saw Xavier jump up, saw that Zach didn't have, well, okay, never mind, he can't see his boost. Saw that he was kind of all the way on the right side of the goal and figured, hey, what if I just hit it over here? That's exactly what he did. This one will go up the wall. Can Chaos Corp fight their way back into this series? I told you at the start that I had no idea which way the momentum was going to go. I mean, the games were going back and forth. And now Team Tundra with the momentum. That's a demo from Gannon, and Zeph gets the goal again, and this is exactly what I was talking about. They look like they're being a lot more aggressive out here. Gannon's going for the demos, and Tundra's unable to stop it. Zach, that was a great attempt at the save by Zach there. But Chaos Corp looking hot out the gates of the timeout. Zeph gonna look to make it a 3-0 lead. Doesn't happen, but Gannon keeps the ball in play. This is the exact form of Chaos Corp that they needed coming out of the timeout. But there's still plenty of this game to go. If Tundra could find any rhythm, like a shot right there from Zach, almost did. Things can turn quickly. Zeph gets it over one. He's looking for Zach. Maybe, maybe not. Zach gets the touch, it's just Gannon by himself. Zach slips it around, but it's off the mark, and that is a huge missed opportunity for Tundra. Xavier will turn on the ball. Look at this. Xavier turns all the way around the ball, gets a really good 50, but Gannon's going to take it away, and Gannon will get a good 50 of his own. Zeph just not quite there, though. Zach with a demo on Gannon. Zeph is able to get just enough of a touch to send it into the corner. Zeph has been doing pretty much everything this game to this point. Oh, and look at this, Zeph dodging and weaving his way through Team Tundra defense. Zooms it to the right, Xavier unable to read it, and Chaos Corp with a 3-goal lead, and I was just talking about it. Look at this, Zeph has all 3 goals and 2 saves. Minutes into this game, not even. And Gannon only at 76 points, but it doesn't matter. Gannon's doing enough to help Zeph have these type of plays. Doesn't matter how many points you have. There's some circumstances where it does, but most of the time it doesn't. Zach looking for the demo there. It doesn't work. Can Tundra score? Yes, they will. And I want to watch the replay of this because I think I was commentating this completely wrong. Okay, yeah, Zach went for the demo, and Zeph had to win the demo and make the 50. He did, but the 50 was not good. And Zach able to slip that in. Tundra on the comeback here. They're still down 2 goals. Still plenty of time in this game. Gannon gets the boost, but Zach is all over him. Forces Gannon to make a touch. That won't really help Zeph, although Zeph with a 1v1. Xavier misses the ball. And Chaos Corp back to a 3-goal lead. Zeph just kind of touched it slightly, and I'm not really sure what happened there. It looks like he hesitated and then jumped the ball there, and he was unable to read it. Zeph, 4 goals now. He's got 669 points compared to Gannon's 90. Chaos Corp looking so good off of the timeout. This is exactly what they needed. But can they hold on to it? Even in 2v2s, 3 and 4 goal leads are not safe. We talked about it in our 1v1 tournaments. Anything can happen. You got to stay composed. Zach with a shot there. It's off the post, though. And Gannon leaves the ball for Zeph. He's just letting Zeph do what he wants. Zeph gets a reset, gets a little bit of a pop, but Zach says no. Going to look for a second goal. Gannon's off of the bar. Not the bar. Off of the wall. Zeph with the touch gets it around Xavier. Can he turn this around? Zach, he will. And Chaos Corp with a 4-goal. Zeph with all 5 goals. And Xavier with the touch there. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted by something I was not watching. Let me try to figure out what happened here. Was this off the kickoff? Was. Right off the kickoff for Xavier, keeps Tundra in this game as he adds his first goal to the tally in this one, in this specific game. But Chaos Corp holding on to a 3-goal lead in a they must win to stay alive. Zeph with a good touch there. Kind of pops it high. Zach will take control. Zeph is there. Gets a touch back. Gannon doesn't challenge immediately. Now gets a touch. Will take it into the corner. What can he do? Xavier's also on the wall. Gannon doesn't get a touch. Xavier with a good touch there. Zeph has to recover fast. Gannon with a demo is going to give Chaos Corp possession for a little, except Xavier is just absolutely getting in the way of Chaos Corp right now, not giving them any sort of space. But they need to find 3 goals in just a minute to try to salvage this game. Can they do so? That's a good 50 that's going to waste some more time, although Zach launches it down the field. This could be an opening for Tundra, but I believe that was Zach that just shot it way off the mark. And as the time begins to go down, Chaos Corp is looking like they're going to stay alive at least for one more game. That's a good 50 though from Xavier, and Zach will add the 3rd goal, and there's still time, Tundra, to bring back. I knew heading into this game that Chaos Corp weren't going to just give it up that easily. You can't take this team down. Just because you're up 3-1 doesn't mean that they'll try to fight back. Zeph looked for the dagger with the double there. It doesn't work. And Tundra might instead have a chance for a goal. That's a beautiful demo. And Tundra are fighting their way back. Great play from Xavier for the demo and Gannon here. And nowhere to be found. Chaos Corp are fading. They're losing this lead quickly. They only have 22 seconds to hold on, and they do it. They've been so dominant coming off the timeout, but Tundra have just done this flurry of offense out of nowhere. Zeph will take the and off the wall. Xavier gets a touch. It's not a great one, although he bumps Zeph off the ball. Zach gets bumped, though. Gannon's going to have to go for the 50. He doesn't. That's going to keep it on Tundra's side. And unless Tundra can pull out some 0-second heroics, it looks like Chaos Corp are going to be alive. Game number 5. Another 1-goal affair this time around. That is 4 out of the 5 games to now be goal affairs, but this one was not in overtime. So the first 1-goal game that was not in overtime. Chaos Corp, Zeph with all 5 goals. He was on fire out there, but Gannon was helping him. He had a stroke. Got some good demos. Some good plays, just kind of playing as a teammate. That's really what Gannon was doing that game, and it helped for Chaos Corp. Tundra, they had a late flurry of offense. It just wasn't enough. Zach with 3 goals, Xavier with 1. The shots, all 9 for Zeph and Chaos Corp, and then 8 for Tundra. So it was really close. Chaos Corp dominated that game, but Tundra found their way back. Here's the question. Chaos Corp brings 1 game back. Chaos Corp brings 1 game back. Can they bring another? We are 1 game from having our first Game 7 in the Summer Bowl. I don't think Tundra's going to try to let that happen, though. Let's see what happens here in game number 6. This is actually the first best of 7 in this bowl. It has not been stopped at game 5. Here comes Zeph in the air, gets a reset, but Zach tells him absolutely not. Doesn't even give him a chance. Xavier's got the possession. Zeph kind of waiting there. The 50 comes through. It's a good 50 for Zeph. Both members up for Chaos Corp, and that could be a problem. Although neither member Tundra was able to get the possession there to try to get a shot going, or gets touch. Not sure if that was planned or not. Now Zach, though, trying to get over. Zeph doesn't get the touch. That's an open net, and that is quite the mistake from Chaos Corp. Zeph tried to jump up to block it, but he was too far off of the wall to get the read, and it's a wide open net for Xavier. and Team Tundra take the lead in Game 6. You know, I never talked about it, but remember, Team Tundra won Game 3 again. They are only lost in Game 3 one time, and that was against Beachy Balls in that best of 7. But technically, technically Game 4 of a best of 7 is like a Game 3 of a best of 5, so kind of similar. Chaos Corp, though, have a chance at an open net here, but it just really wasn't a good read for Zeph. And they will remain a goal down. Xavier with a powerful touch off the wall cannon. Read that he does off the crossbar. Both Zach and Zeph touch it. Zeph get around Xavier though, and Zeph misses the play. Another mistake from Chaos Corp. That was a wide open net, and that was definitely from Zeph. Maybe a little bit of nerve setting in for Chaos Corp. They're down. We didn't see the nerves last game. We saw a lot of aggressiveness. This time, not so much. Is the pressure setting in that if they lose, they're out of the tournament. They don't have another life. That life was lost against them Nuggies. Zeph, though, over Xavier. Stops the ball when 50ing Zach. And now Gannon will take the ball into the corner. Corner boost, gives possession to himself. Xavier there, though. Now he's got the possession. What can he do? He jumped a little bit too far. And now Zeph with the possession again, except Xavier runs interference. Team Tundra are looking to hold on to this 1-goal lead and seal this series right now. But Chaos Corp are trying to fight back. Decent touch from Gannon, although it's going to go into the corner and give Zach the possession of the ball. Time slowly ticking away, still plenty of time here for Zach looking for a demo. Was unable to find either member of Chaos Corp. And now Zach's going to have the possession, going to get it around. No, it's 50 away. Zach up though. This could be a chance for Xavier. It's there, but Gannon with a beautiful save keeps Chaos Corp 1 goal down. Now Gannon trying to keep it up over. And Zach will get the save. Xavier was pressuring Gannon behind. And now Zeph going to play it safe. Take the ball into his corner. And he's unable to really do much with it right there. Xavier's there. He has to force the 50. And Gannon backs up off the play again. And he's demoed for his efforts. Zeph looking for a second goal, but Gannon keeps it out. Time continues to slow. Oh, wait a minute. What just happened to Tundra? It's Zeph read it. Oh my goodness, what the heck was that? What happened on the right side of Tundra? Zach bumped Xavier, and then Xavier veering back to the left actually bumped Zach as well. I don't know how Zeph was able to get that in the net. It looked like it was going to bounce off the post and go out. Instead, no, he's able to read it. And look at this. We're all a minute and a half to go. Reminder, if Chaos Corp take this game, it's a game win, and Zeph might have just done that. Zach and Xavier were both kind of in the same position here, and Zach actually jumps up and bumps Xavier. I don't think either one was going to read it anyways. Zeph has given Chaos Corp the lead and a chance to force the first Game 7 of... Can they hold on? That's the question. Tundra are known to have these late game flurries. You saw it in the previous game. And look at this. Zach with the ball in possession, but Gannon was jumping in the way before Zach could get a flick. Zeph with another shot on target. Zach is unable to read it. And I know there's left, but could that have been the dagger in this Game 6 for Chaos Corp? Zach was so close. He just barely jumped underneath it. And Zeph has single-handedly hit or miss, you know. Gannon has helped him in it as well, but Zeph has scored the last 8 goals for Chaos Corp. It's got them a win and the lead in Zeph. If he scores this, that's gotta be it. Chaos Corp have turned this game into theirs. They were down 1-0 for almost the entirety of this game, and they've scored 4 in a row, and you've got to imagine that unless Team Tundra can bring this, that a timeout's got coming from their side. They've done a really good job. Like, Chaos Corp, they dominated the last game. Tundra almost brought it all the way back. And even here, like, they had the lead for almost the entire game. It's just Chaos Corp had found something in this last, half of the game that Tundra has just been unable to fight against. And Zach will get a touch there. At this point, Team Tundra trying to find anything. Xavier unable to get the touch. Trying to find anything. And the time is slowly ticking away for Team Tundra and Chaos Corp. Zach gonna look to maybe add something special to the highlight reel. It doesn't happen, and look at this. It all comes down to a Game 7. I asked for this. I asked for Game 7 absolute cinema, and I don't even think Team Tundra has to tell me. Yo, Game 7, Champions Field. It is all on the line. Winner. I was in spectators one again. Game 7, all on the line. The winner, lower bracket final, against the loser of Beachy Balls and them Nuggies. The loser is out of the tournament. So much on these two teams that have put it all out on the field. Who can do it one more time? Game 7, off of the Team Tundra tunnel. Xavier looking to start off the scoring, and it's not going to work. Chaos Corp now with the possession from Zeph. And Zach's able to clear it out. Xavier, though, going to go for the 50. That's actually a rim 50. It's going to come back mid, but Zeph's able to touch it out. Zach going to absolutely boom the ball. Game's going to be awkward here off the top. Zeph with the touch there. I thought he just own goaled it. He did not. Now Xavier has got the ball. Going to get a second touch. It's going to come Zach. Xavier up, and Team Tundra start off the scoring in Game 7. I feel like I'm legitimately losing my voice right now, guys. That is how excited and how amazing this series has been. And it continues. Team Tundra off the timeout to score. Xavier. How good would it feel for Tundra if they can get a 2-goal lead here? Xavier going to try to clear it back, so Zach has to make 50. He does. Gannon ball just gets a pop-up. Zeph looking for a shot. It's actually kind of by Xavier. Zach unable to get the pinch off the wall. That's going to give Zeph the ball here, except Zach runs into him, bumps him, gets the 50. Gannon will hit it back towards the corner. And now Xavier with the possession of the ball. That's a beautiful 50. Gannon will obviously be first. Now he's going to try. He gets a pop-up over. But in the end, it doesn't mean anything. We saw the same exact kind of scenario play out where Team Tundra found an early goal, held on to it for most of the game. But then it was Chaos Corp with a late flurry. Can it again? Or will Team Tundra hold? There's nothing left to give. Neither team can lose the game if they want to stay alive. The demo comes through from Zeph to Zach. Zeph with possession, but a beautiful bump from Xavier will allow Zach to get a touch. I love the plays from Team Tundra right now. Xavier has played out of his mind when it comes to bumps and demos. Zach has been playing out of his mind when it comes to offense. Both members locked in. For Team Tundra, for Chaos Corp. Gannon has also been the one for bumps and demos, and Zeph been playing lights out on offense as well. What's going to give? I truly give these 4 players enough credit for this amazing series. Xavier has a chance to make it 2. Zach will with 2:12 on the clock. Tundra is up 2-0. 2 minutes away from getting ultimate revenge in a Game 7 to move on to the lower finals. But again, Chaos Corp are not going to go down that easy. What can Zeph do? He gets a bump on him, does get a touch of it too. Gannon does not decide to go until a little bit late. That could cost them. Zay going for a bump on Zeph. Zeph has the ball, but I don't know what he's really doing. He's going to hit it up against the back wall there. Xavier steals the boost. Zach's going to have the ball, gets a touch, goes. Gannon gets it past both members of Tundra. Xavier's back, though. A minute and a half to go. Chaos Corp need 2. Zeph looking for a shot. I'm getting everybody's names mixed up. That's how excited I am. Zeph with a pop-up over. He's got it off the crossbar. And Zeph with the double brings Chaos Corp back in the game. I knew it immediately. Team Tundra was starved. They had no boost. Neither member had any boost in the net. And Zeph makes them pay. Can he do it one more time? Chaos need 1 goal. Zeph goes up for it, gets a touch, but he's not on the ball. Zach will get a touch over to the corner. I believe Gannon's going to collect this on the wall. Xavier waiting. Gannon gets a decent 50. Zeph is jumping away from the ball. That one's going to be towards the net. Zach is up on the ball, but Zeph's going to be able to clear it out. Oh, Zeph just kind of blocked Zach there. Gannon going to look for the shot. Xavier jumps in and saves it. Under a minute to go. Zach looking for the shot. It doesn't go through. Zeph's going to have possession. But it's only far as Xavier. Chaos Corp got to do more. They're only clearing it right into Team Tundra right now. 30 seconds left in Game 7. Tundra holding on to a 1-goal lead. Gannon will clear that away. Zeph gets it around 1. This could be his chance. What can he do? What's he going to do? It gets 50'd out. Gannon's going to be left in an awkward spot here. Xavier, the dagger doesn't work. Zeph clears it away. 10 seconds to go. Tundra is 10 seconds away from tying. It's Gannon. Gannon is just. Oh my gosh! I can't even tell. Gannon has just tied the game. 5 seconds to go. Guys, I literally have no voice. Are you kidding me? Tundra was a 2-0, and it was 10 seconds to go. Sorry, 5 seconds to go. Are we looking at a Game 7 overtime? Wait, Xavier's upfield. That's not on target. Zach's gonna keep the ball in play. It's blocked by Zeph. That's on target. Oh my goodness. Game 7 overtime. Which team is gonna take this home? Zach has got the kickoff. This is what Team Tundra needs. Zeph. Let's get the touch. Gannon's left by himself. And Zach has done it. Zach has done it. Team Tundra have done it. They've gotten revenge. Team Tundra have defeated Chaos Corp in Game 7. Oh my gosh. I am speechless. They've done it. Team Tundra are moving on. Chaos Corp are going home. I can't believe this. Oh my goodness, it is time for me to join the Discord. I can't even, I'm literally speechless. If you listen to the video, I literally don't have a voice.
Dude, oh my god, I actually might pass out.
Zach, you
Okay.
got your win. You did it. You did it, Zach.
My bracket's gone, but I don't think, at this point, I don't care. I just got to cast the greatest series in this Bulls history.
Oh my god.
Dude.
All right.
Iceman
Let's
right
calm.
here. Iceman.
I'm going to start with you, Chaos Corp. Obviously, an incredible series from you guys. You guys have had a great tournament. You were the favorite at one point to win the whole tournament, and things kind of turned south. But this was an incredible game from you guys. How are you feeling as you've been knocked out here in 4th place?
Mad,
Oh,
for the most part.
I thought you were gonna say something else after that. My bad.
Yeah,
I was going to, and then I just didn't. So go ahead.
Okay.
But if I had to put a feeling to it, I would say that I'm pretty mad. One, I liked playing in this. I've had fun. More of it, though, is the fact that I feel like I'm the one that did nothing. The first 5 games, I basically was a dead weight.
Oh my lordy.
I feel like if I do better in a couple of those games, we could have
We
easily
give you the
won.
rundown of our strategy. The first few games.
But once we took the timeout, our strategy was literally I sit back. I could not do anything.
Yeah, you just do nothing. Let me 2v1. Literally just let me 2v1. And then we started.
I noticed that.
4 goals.
That timeout for you guys was huge. You guys were able to bring it back to a Game 7. What do you think ultimately was the factor
What do you think it was? Just Gannon, you said that you just felt like you didn't play your best. Was that, you think, the factor that lost you guys this series?
It was probably a pretty big factor in it. I know I've had one of the better shooting accuracies all bowl, and I think after that series, for the first 5 games, I set 5 for probably 30.
Dang, that is.
I couldn't shoot for shit in the first 5 games.
Don't worry, in the first 3 games, my fan was up to max instead of what it's usually at, so I was really cold. I was literally freezing the first 3 games.
Dude,
Dude,
Yeah.
my hands were freezing after games 1 and
That's
2.
just the
I'm
Tundra effect,
shaking.
bro. That's
It's just the Tundra
Dude.
effect. You can't handle it.
Holy crap!
I was too
I
cold
don't.
for the Tundra.
None of you guys probably know this, but for almost the entirety of Game 1, I had a Discord issue that wouldn't let me join VC, so there was no commentary for probably half of Game 1.
It's okay. I forgot to hit
So-
switch to game mode. Like after we scored our second goal, I was like, oh shit.
Oh, okay, so there wasn't, and then I had to rejoin like from spectator view and stuff
Commentary
like
and
that.
no. So there was no commentary, no game video for the first like half of the match.
Wait,
It felt like.
Zach, could
Pretty
the
much.
stream hear
First
me
time-
when I was talking? I was trying to talk to Caden about the
No, I had you
the
muted.
issue.
I had you muted.
Okay.
Okay, but let me finish. I just want to give you your flowers, Chaos Corp. You guys played incredible this tournament. I mean, you lost to a great team. You're out 4th,
Yeah.
but you looked incredible doing it. I hope you all had fun in the bowl. I appreciate you guys doing this. If you have anything else left to say, go ahead.
Zach, you finally got your win! You did it!
I do want to talk about that a little bit once Chaos Court finishes up.
Oh my
what they
god.
gotta say.
Anything else you want to say, Gannon?
No.
Oh,
I got out what I needed to.
Couldn't tell.
Hey, I do want to say, for this being your first bowl, you put up an incredible performance, dude. So don't hang your head low. You played great, I promise. But
Honestly.
Team Tundra,
Wow!
Team Tundra, I don't even know where to begin with you, because this was insane. You guys win Game 1 again, and I literally talked about it during the match. I'm like, okay, can they win Game 1? You guys do. You drop Game 2, and then you win Game 3 and 4. You're up 3-1. You let it slowly go, but you clutched up in Game 7. How are you guys feeling after this incredible series?
Bro, right after I scored the overtime goal, I literally tossed my headset, ran across the room, and about passed out. Dude,
Oh my.
Bro, I was getting a little nervous after we started to let go a little bit, but I had full confidence in Xavier. I mean, there was a couple of mishaps where we kept bumping each other, but it's okay. But the mindset in this was, we've heard everything that we've heard that's been said about us. Obviously, we were really like wanting to get back at these guys, because I don't want to bring this up, but like I feel like I should. Is this, we heard a lot of things saying like Xavier's a liability, or like Team Tundra isn't as legit as they think they are, and that they just can't compete. But and then Zeph, you've obviously had your handful of saying like every time that you could sweep me and everything, but we were here to prove a point, and that's what we did. There's no like hate or anything. Xavier and I just wanted to show out here and show what we can do, and that's what we did. And on to the next round.
So we're gonna keep bringing up what I
You
said.
guys certainly showed out. I know, Zach, you had told me, I don't know how long ago, that you had a certain plan in place to beat Chaos Corp. What was that plan?
The plan worked beautifully. The motion was just have Xavier just play this constant aggression, and then if he ever gets uncomfortable, back pass it out to me, and I'll go take care of business. We got a little lucky with some of these saves and off-post shots, but hey, that's what Rocket League is. And we kind of lost a little bit of what we were doing after they called their timeout. I just said, all right, let's just regroup here. Let's get this Game 5 out of the way. We'll move on to Game 6. That didn't go well, but we just said, all right, let's just move on. We'll take it to Game 7. We'll just pretend like it's just a sudden death, and we'll just go out there and do what we would do best, and that's what we did. Xavier is an incredible teammate. I feel like the stats don't show it as much as they should. He's unbelievable with a teammate, and I mean, now we can still keep moving on. When you land is the next stop, hopefully, after we get one more series.
Yeah, that's right. And Xavier, I do want to point out what Zach said. You played incredible this series. I wonder where this has been for most of this bowl. I saw you demo a bunch, get a bunch of bumps. You looked great. Did you feel great playing this series?
Yes, like apart from the occasional just randomly terrible touch I would have. The whole plan was just be as annoying as possible and just bump, demo, do whatever I can to just keep pressure.
You did
I
it
felt
so well.
very good.
Oh yeah,
And
you
Caden,
guys
you
played that
said-
so well.
You said, I had to remind you that I had to break your bracket.
Yep. Say
I
goodbye
told
to
you
it,
I was gonna
Caden.
do
It's
it
gone.
after Sunbreakers, so I told you it was gonna happen.
I mean, when this
You did.
when this bracket came out, I circled this team. I was like, all right, don't care where we play. Upper bracket final, lower bracket semi, lower bracket final. I don't give a crap where we play. I want this game series to be played, and I am going to make a point in that I can finally dethrone Zeph against me. And still, you will never take my game 3, Zeph.
Yeah, you're right. I won't. I'm not. I've given up trying. I'm gonna be honest.
All right, don't try to shade yourself out of this one. Just don't.
Oh my
We
goodness,
came out here and
I'm
we delivered,
so
but it was a good series.
I'm so incredibly happy that this series took place. I told all of y'all from the beginning I wanted to solo commentate this. I wanted this to be a game 7, and I got exactly what I wanted. So thank you all for such an incredible series. Fortunately for you guys, Chaos Corp, you're done, but you played incredible. Team Tundra, you guys get to move on. You will now face the loser of Beachy Balls and them Nuggies. Any interest into which team you'd rather play, or just want to play the team that's in front of you?
Xavier, you have any preference? I'll let you go first.
Nuggies is Mike and Jack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We played Beachy Balls and it didn't go too well. So a little bit of me wants revenge, and at the same time, a new team would be cool as well. We haven't played Mike and Jack.
I would love to get them Nuggies down in the lower bracket final with us, because I feel like they're going to be the easier one of the two to beat, in my opinion. Chase and Xanders look way leagues ahead of them, in my opinion, but we'll have to see what happens there. And then that keeps the all ONU LAN possible. So I would love to
But
play
also,
them in a LAN.
Wouldn't you like the finals to be against 2 underdogs though?
I mean, we are the underdogs, are we not?
That would be pretty
That's
cool.
Nuggies, right? 2 underdogs.
If Beachy Balls does not make it to the grand finals as well, man, it'd be absolutely insane.
All right, boys.
Goes to show
It's
that
been.
You can't leave any team out.
All right, boys. It's been a good series. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go get some sleep. Oh my God, was that a good series?
I'm
bid you
not
all
sleeping
farewell.
tonight. I'm not sleeping tonight.
All right, Jack. Hey, Jack, we will see you tomorrow night, because tomorrow night, everybody, Beachy Balls and them Nuggies is happening. You're going to see that series tomorrow, so Team Tundra only has to wait a day, less than a day, to figure out who their opponent is going to be. Again, congratulations, guys. You got your revenge. You're still in the tournament. You still have a chance to make it to the LAN. And thank you again for an incredible series. We hope everybody enjoyed, and we will see you tomorrow night for our next series between Beachy Balls and them Nuggies.
Oh my God.
met you in the dark, it was a Saturday night. Remember seeing you just dancing in the middle of the crowd. There was something about you, cause you got stuck in my mind. Stuck in my mind, stuck in my mind. I thought I'd give it a go and I started talking to you. I don't know what I said, but the next thing I knew is that I held you in my arms and you asked what we should do. What should we do? What should we do? I said you can do what you want to with me, yeah, I won't mind. As long as you stay with me, I'm alright. I wanna hold ya. I wanna hold ya. You got those red lips, blue eyes, black skinny jeans, and every room you walk into, you're always setting the scene. I wanna hold ya, hold ya. We went out of the club and we started walking the streets, and then we stopped for a while and you said you wanna kiss me. I remember thinking, is this really happening? Happening, happening. I never thought I'd meet someone so beautiful. I couldn't quite believe it, it was magical. Just kissing under street lights on our way back home. Our way back home, our way back home. I said you can do what you want to with me, yeah, I won't mind. As long as you stay with me, I'm alright. I wanna hold ya. Baby, I've been falling for ya. I wanna hold ya. Baby, I've been falling for ya. Falling for ya. You got those red lips, blue eyes, black skinny jeans, and every room you walk into, you're always setting the scene. I wanna hold ya, hold ya. Baby, I've been falling for ya. Falling for ya. Met you in the dark, dark, met you in the dark. Met you in the dark, dark, met you in the dark. Met you in the dark, dark, met you in the dark. Met you in the dark, dark, met you in the dark. Met you in the dark, dark, met you in the dark. Met you in the dark, dark, met you in the dark. Met you in the dark, dark, met you in the dark. I wanna hold ya.